So when I had first heard that they were going to do Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania this year, I was disappointed because I wanted AJ Styles to actually headline the show. And at the time, it looked like SmackDown was going to go that route with interlacing the whole Bray Wyatt Randy Orton alliance falling apart, and then Luke Harper and AJ Styles was getting involved to an extent. Like, I thought they were really going to interlace that, and I thought for sure that they would do a triple threat match or would do a. But then, no, they played it safe, in my opinion. But I did talk about their match already, so let's leave it at that. So. So, anyways, AJ Styles is frustrated and mad. He argues with Daniel Bryan, demanding where Shane McMahon is, and then he says, "Oh no, he's not here. He'll be here later tonight." And then AJ Styles said he was going to go out and rant, pretty much. Now, if this was your stereotypical stupid Raw episode, oh wait, that's almost every episode. Oh, okay, that was pointless. Anyways, um, Styles went ahead, took the mic, and I was expecting him to rant saying, "I'm the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. I demand this. I am the main event of SmackDown Live. I am the top tier talent. I am the franchise player, and I deserve the main event of WrestleMania." And that's what you would expect from stupid WWE, but SmackDown Live has proven to be very different. Instead, Styles correctly pointed out that when he was champion, John Cena didn't earn a number one contendership to get the title. And he just walked into Daniel Bryan's office and said, "Hey, can I get a title shot?" Okay. Or Vince McMahon. It goes either way, much to Mrs. chagrin. And the phenomenal one was lost the title, and he'll admit that. He lost fair and square, albeit with some debate regarding John Cena's political involvement. And also the fact the title reign lasted only 2 weeks, making the entire thing superfluous. And then Styles was guaranteed a number one one-on-one rematch clause, and no, he goes forced into the elimination chamber, which he lost. Then got a triple threat match, then he lost, but wasn't pinned. And then had to do a battle royal, which he somewhat kind of won. It all depends on how they booked it, that battle royal that time, with Luke Harper falling first, I think. And then afterwards, he also had to fight Luke Harper the next week, which he won. And yet, despite the fact that Randy Orton burned down a house and committed arson, the Wyatt family compound, and faced no legal charges, he was given a shot at redeeming himself and earning a shot at the title at WrestleMania's main event. And he won at Styles' expense. So, yeah, the phenomenal one actually pointed out logical things going on, and also the big plot hole is, why isn't Randy Orton charged of arson? Since they're seemingly going with a realistic portrayal of everything. So why isn't Orton not charged? Like, is it because the Wyatt family compound is a cult place? So basically, it's oh, you could burn it, because that definitely is the right attitude to do something like that. So Styles still hasn't been given his quote one-on-one guaranteed rematch clause. So because he's been in multi-man matches, he's been in battle royal matches to determine the number one contender. So, yeah. And here's the thing. Contrary to his status as a heel, he voiced his opinion, made his argument, and put together a plea for a title opportunity that absolutely makes sense. And I was like, okay, how is he the bad guy here? Like, how is he the bad guy? Man, that's going to be really a kick in the pants. So, everyone's wondering the same thing on the internet. Like, how is Styles the bad guy? He actually made valid points. Like, Randy Orton committed a crime, he gets rewarded. AJ Styles does nothing but follow the rules. He gets punished, in his eyes. And also, John Cena just politics his way into everything, so let's go with that. But now, how is Shane McMahon supposed to be getting over as a sympathetic face if this is the direction they're going with? Okay, not gonna answer, Vince. Okay. Um, so then afterwards, AJ Styles went to the parking lot, was waiting and waiting and waiting for God knows how long for AJ Styles, for Shane McMahon to show up, and after that, then all hell broke loose when he came into the arena. First AJ Styles got interviewed by Renee Young saying how he doesn't have a match at WrestleMania and how she voiced her fears and concerns about how this conversation they're gonna have. And I'll put that in quotes. And Styles said that he called WrestleMania the ultimate thrill ride, and he says he's gonna get thrills where he can. And then after that, when Shane McMahon said thanks to the driver he was with, Styles attacked him in a rabid fashion and slammed him into the walls, garage doors, and slamming him into underneath the car. And then finally, with the ultimate case, screaming out how he's stealing opportunities from him, Styles threw him into the car window and snarled out, "You asked for this." And then we got a guest appearance from Fit Finlay. "My name is Finlay, and I love to fight." Including Renee Young checked on a bleeding Shane McMahon as the show headed to commercials. And after the break, we see Shane McMahon, and he's actually bleeding. Like, I'm pretty certain that was fake. It looked fake to me, that they just did that in the middle of commercials. But, yeah, they're technically showing he's bleeding. And once again, I hear those comments in Twitter saying that, "Oh my god, it's the Attitude Era again! It's the Ruthless Aggression Era again!" And I'm like, WWE won't go back to those days. As much as I would like to see the Ruthless Aggression Era, I know the Attitude Era is next to impossible because that only comes in once in a lifetime. But to make it a Ruthless Aggression Era, that can actually happen, but WWE is too PC about it. That, and they have too many sponsorships that say, "Nah, well, that's too violent for us." Even though there's a kid that buys Grand Theft Auto 5, but that's way too violent for us. So afterwards, Shane McMahon was obviously pissed off. I'm like, who can blame him? And oh man. Oh man, he refuses to go to the medical facility at the hospital, a local doctor. And then we see Styles, and they give this another realistic moment where the heels, the Usos and Kurt Hawkins, are talking to Styles saying, "Dude, that was a stupid idea," and saying, like, "You're gonna get fired, man." Like, it reminded me a bit of the Sandman storyline with Tommy Dreamer back in ECW, not the WWE version, where Sandman was blinded by Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy Dreamer was apologizing, and heels and faces were all grouped together and bashing Tommy Dreamer for this assault. Yeah, it kind of felt like that, because the heels are saying what you just did was the most reckless thing ever. And then as the cameras were caught preparing to leave the show, when he was confronted by Daniel Bryan, who had security with him, who had said, "I don't care how valuable you are. I don't care if you're AJ Styles. You think that because you're... But I have lost all respect for you." And claims that AJ Styles is not untouchable. And Styles said, "What are you going to do? Fire me?" And then Bryan said, which will probably damage him for a little bit, "You're damn right, I'm going to fire you." Before ordering security to escort Styles out of the arena, and that prompted boos from the fans. Okay, if Styles is getting cheers, okay, that's one thing, but booing Bryan for doing something making sense? Okay. I should be concerned that this is how humanity says, "Oh yeah, he's a rebel, even though it's with causes, even though we have no rebels, even though we're rebels without causes at most of the time." Well, now we have a reason. We have Donald Trump in power, but that's a completely different topic. But like, yeah, Styles. Oh, premeditated assault. Oh yeah, that's okay. Orton burning down an empty house with a grave. Oh no. Call the police. Call the police. And WWE doesn't do that. So yeah, I was surprised that Brian fired him. Triple H didn't fire Brian because he knew how valuable Brian was to WWE. Vince McMahon couldn't fire him. Yeah, Stone Cold, but he did at one point and then hired him back. So to see that they fired their top guy on SmackDown, I know this is a storyline, but still, yeah, yeah, it's actually pretty surprising. And Styles not caring about his career, the fact that he threw it all away for an assault because he was distraught after losing the title, shows that it shows that it gives WWE the WWE title importance because, well, Styles wants it so badly that he'll assault the commissioner of SmackDown Live, and yeah, WWE has tried so hard to make the Universal titles so memorable, but they have failed numerous times. It looked like it was going to go somewhere with Finn Balor, but then Seth Rollins accidentally injured him. So now we got this issue, and they can't make that title look valuable unless the guy's a good guy. But on SmackDown, they'll make the title valuable regardless if it's a heel or a face. So Styles' defiance, and I'm liking this whole this authority storyline they're doing with Styles and Shane, because Styles and Shane are complete polar opposites. Shane McMahon is the good guy, Styles is the rebel, but is also the villain. But at the same time, they're making their cases. Like, Styles has legitimate reasons to go after Shane because he feels like he was robbed, and he listed out his reasons why he felt like he was robbed instead of just saying, "I'm AJ Styles, damn it!" And Shane McMahon, well, he just got a premeditated assault, so I'm pretty sure he's in the right on that too. So after a alright match with the Usos against the American Alpha, Shane McMahon walked around the arena trying, like, initially they were going to leave to go to the hospital, and we saw not Mercury, Jamie Noble, I believe. I don't remember, but yeah, I think it was Jamie Noble. Really makes also a plot hole why hasn't Seth Rollins talked about them. Like, I know Seth Rollins is no longer a heel, I think. I don't like this is the same guy that threatened children. But, in a storyline, when he was going after Triple H. But they never really touched on the whole Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury J&J security thing after they got injured by Brock Lesnar. So, will they ever go back to that, or will they just sweep it under the rug and think we're dumb? So, they kept showing, and here's the one thing that really dragged SmackDown a bit, was, well, they kept replaying the assault multiple times, like 5 minutes after the assault happened, to think that, like, I'm pretty certain Vince McMahon argued for it because he thinks the fans are this dumb and we need to replay it. Like, the fans are stupid idiots. You hear me? They're stupid idiots. Yeah, I'm quoting Chris Jericho now. Almost makes you wish Chris Jericho put Vince McMahon on the list, doesn't it? Just for the heck of it. Heck, do it at WrestleMania. Not at WrestleMania, on the Raw after WrestleMania. Imagine if Chris Jericho put Vince McMahon on the list. The fans would love that. Even more than Chris Jericho did that with Kevin Owens. And maybe Roman Reigns. Now I'm pretty sure they're even, Vince and Roman Reigns at this point. So, yeah. Afterwards, Shane McMahon, after the match was over, after the match was okay with the Usos and American Alpha, Shane McMahon came out and said that AJ Styles doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. He does now. And that took him less than 5 seconds. So he did a promo in 5 seconds that got the people cheering. So, how does WWE Raw fail to accomplish that in 30 minutes than SmackDown does in 5 seconds? Yeah. But the tag team division really sunk and shows their lack of faith for that division on SmackDown. So, anyways, Shane McMahon now declared war on Styles, and now it's going to be an interesting feud. Like, some might say this was rushed, but really it's been building since January, since the posters. Since the poster thing, like, that started out, I believe. But it really started when the Elimination Chamber was announced, and then Styles was given this promise. They didn't fulfill it, and Styles was mad. So yeah, this storyline, while it has one big plot hole, Randy Orton not getting face charges for arson, um, this is a lot of logical sense going on. Like, Styles was promised this, they kept putting him in other matches and never gave him his one-on-one guaranteed rematch. So yeah, he's pissed off. And at the same time, you don't agree with his actions. So that's one thing, like, that's a conundrum, but fans will cheer for Styles regardless because, hey, it's AJ Styles. And now, I'm pretty sure we'll get a 50-50 split, maybe 60-40 between Styles and Shane. Shane is popular with fans because he's the McMahon that isn't a stereotype most of the time. And Styles will get cheered because it's AJ Styles. So it's going to be interesting what goes on at WrestleMania. Now, there is a rumor that it might be a no DQ match, a false count anywhere match to be exact. So that will really add up to the whole, yeah, this is going to be a bump fest, isn't it? So, yeah. The fact that they're going to do this is going to be kind of curious. It's so far done a little bit well. I would like to see what the remainder of the build is. And also, to add realism to the storyline, WWE.com moved Styles to the alumni page of their roster. That is realistic as hell. Like, they never did that before. Like, the last time they tried to go for a more realistic approach to everything was with the Awesome Truth and Triple H back in 2011, which I'll cover in a future video. So, yeah, I really like that, and now there's word going around that Styles might move to Raw soon after WrestleMania as part of a trade, and I'm kind of not excited about that, because he'll get lost in the shuffle to Raw, because Raw will just make it the Roman Reigns show after WrestleMania, since he'll be the guy that beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania again. Beat The Undertaker and retired him at WrestleMania. So Styles moving to Raw, I'm concerned about. Like, the club might get a reunion, but really, the Universal title won't be on. He won't be able to go out to the Universal title because Brock Lesnar will most likely have it and be gone for 3 months. And Roman Reigns will just end up and basically be forced to bury Styles because creative team there is a bunch of idiots. So, those were my thoughts on AJ Styles and Shane McMahon saga. So far, Assault Sign storyline, but sorry. This was Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and donate. Stay tuned for more.